Plug your ears in, man. You know who it is, Slim Hunters.
We watching Grit and Grind on Studio 67.
Yes, sir.
Yo.
Daryl, it's week 3. Welcome to the Greene and Grind, everybody. Shawn Deryl, another week.
Another week is gone by.
Week 3.
Week 3. Had a great week, too.
Oh, man.
Oh, we had a great time.
Fantastic week,
Great time hanging out down there at Warren County.
WCHS. Eagle Pride.
Eagle Pride. Had a wonderful time there.
We did.
That was a great game. And there was a lot of great games last week that we got to do a recap on.
We do, Daryl. So with that being said, let's get ready to jump into the Grit and Grind rewind right here. Well, Daryl, that first game was at the Dog Pound.
Yeah.
So many we got to cover. It's got a big show, so we had to narrow it down to some of the good ones in the area, and all of them were good. That first game at the Dog Pound, Nash Central, 28.
Yeah.
My favorite Cougars, Southwest Edgecombe. Holla if you hear me.
Hold up, you act as though that's who you picked to win this game. Southwest Edgecombe said, wait a minute, Shawn, you didn't pick us.
You got off the bus.
You got off the bus.
They got 34.
But this recap of this game, it was a good game. I'm going to just start off with turnovers for Nash Central. You had 2 turnovers in this game that really hurt you in this game, and you were just trying to catch up throughout the game. You got down by 8 points in the first half. For Southwest, the quarterback, Mayo Jr., late in the fourth quarter had a 15-yard pass that pretty much took them over the top for this game. But Nash Central still fought back.
They did.
You had the General Winston Lee.
As always.
Hey, he drove down the field. He found Jay Jones for 17 yards to get him back in the game to only be down by 8. But, again, the score was 34-26, and Nash Central wasn't able to come back. James Rogers had a good game. He had he had 118 yards. But if you're Nash Central, you look at this game, you see the mistakes, and you get ready for this Goldsboro game.
That's right.
You get ready for your next game on the road. And I know Coach Lee and that coaching staff is going to have those guys ready to play come Friday night. So this is a game that you look at because you may see this team again in playoffs.
It could be.
It's a good chance. And you
a
want
strong
to be ready.
chance.
Yeah, you definitely want to be ready. So tell me, Shawn, your recap game.
I got to stay right here in Nash County. Another good game. Rocky Mount, 22. Vance County, 23.
Yeah.
You go back and look at the sheet.
Yeah.
We both picked Vance County.
Nope.
But I picked Vance County. You picked Rocky Mount.
There you go.
That's right. You changed your pick live on down. That's right. We lied.
That's right. I said Rocky Mount.
If you're Rocky Mount, we said this would be a good match-stick game for both teams. Vance County playing that conference. We talked about it.
Mm-hmm.
Some 2A, 1A, 3A schools kind of all mixed together in that conference up there in the northern part of North Carolina. Rocky Mount playing the 2A, 3A Big East Conference. So for Vance County, this was a good game to see where you're at with other 3A schools.
Definitely.
And what a good tool to look at to be a measuring tool for than Rocky Mount.
Yeah.
A school that's always playoff bound, get in the first, second round of the playoffs, be in the state championship, a championship caliber team over there, and a championship caliber program ran by Coach Battle.
Yeah.
But if you're Rocky Mount, you walk out of this game and say, we took a team that went undefeated last season, and they only beat us by 1 point.
1 point.
That's that's some good stuff to look at right there. They say they were undefeated, and if it took them 1 point to beat us in our house. But if you're Rocky Mount, got to give a shout out to Travoris Parker Jr., the junior running back, Travoris Parker.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy was all over the field.
Yeah.
Touchdown here, 12-yard touchdown there. I mean, he was running the ball all over the field. A very strong candidate for that Grind Player of the Week. But I'm going to say that, but a very strong candidate. Well, Daryl, we got one more game that we got to recap.
Yeah, definitely.
The Battle of I-85.
Battle presented by Greene and Grind.
Presented by the Greene and Grind in Warren County.
Yes.
JF Webb 33, Warren County 36. I'm telling you, if you did not watch this game, come to this game, you missed a great game.
You missed a great game, and the fans was there. The atmosphere was just right for this type of game. The players was ready to play. Everybody is ready to get involved in this game and have a good outing as well.
And I got to say one thing about this game that I learned, Daryl.
What's that?
You said it last week.
Yeah.
You said it on the Friday Night Live show.
Yeah.
Pride.
Pride. And
Pride.
that's what Warren County had, is pride. And again, and JF Webb kept fighting back
They
as
did.
well. And they just kept coming with it to keep this game close because Warren County jumped out early.
They did.
From
The interception ran for a touchdown.
Yep, ran for a touchdown and some mistakes that JF Webb made early in the game. But JF Webb was able to continue to fight back all the way down to the last second.
It
of
got
this
to the
game.
last second. If you're JL Webb to have a freshman quarterback,
Yeah.
first ever time playing football.
Yeah.
I want to emphasize that. Never played Pee Wee. Never played Pop Warner. Never played middle school.
Right.
Never played JV. Playing varsity. Started at quarterback. Throw 4 touchdowns in the game.
In the game.
For your first ever game.
Yes.
Against a rival.
Against a rival team that is a young team as well.
That was hungry.
But was hungry. And they went out there and flexed their muscles.
They did.
They flexed their muscles and they was able to hold JF Webb off, and Warren County was able to be the official Battle of I-85 champ.
And win the annual sledgehammer.
Yeah.
And if you're Warren County, every time Webb just got back in the game, they just came, and that's great play calling by Coach VJ over there, Coach.
Yeah.
Great play call, because every time Webb felt like we would close the margin, close the gap, Warren County would have that one explosive play.
Yeah,
They got
every
him to the
time.
outside. They either got him the first down to move the chains or got a touchdown to expand that margin, where J.L. Will now had to play catch up from 1 touchdown
Yeah.
down to 2 touchdowns.
And that's it. And so congratulations to JF Webb and Warren County for having a good game for
Right.
the first annual Battle of I-85. But Warren County was able to come out with the win.
And we appreciate J.L. Webb and Warren County for partnering with the Grit and Grind. Coach Gainey, Coach Hood, administrative staff up there at both schools, the staff, everybody, the students, the fans, the communities. We appreciate all of y'all for allowing us to partner with you so that we can present this game every year. And next year, the Battle 85, they already talking about it. It's
Yep.
going to be in the Warriors down
Gonna
at
be at
Webb.
JF Webb.
They say it's going to be even bigger than what it was this year.
All
So
right.
we're looking forward to that game next year. But you know what Warren County's saying right now, Daryl? I got to use that Ric Flair line.
What's
To
that?
be the man, you got to do what?
So you got to beat the man.
And that's what Warren County is. They the man
All
right
right,
now.
congratulations, Warren County.
So we get ready to take a quick commercial break. We'll be back for more on the Grit and Grind, announce our players of the week for the Grit and Grind player. Stay tuned. You're watching the Grit and Grind on Studio 67.
Located in the Advanced Manufacturing Building, Nash Community College's robotics program equips students with the latest robotics experience and machining knowledge. Students in the Applied Engineering program get hands-on experience inside an immersive robotics classroom environment full of state-of-the-art equipment and industry professionals. Classes focus on practical robotics applications, including operation procedures, robotics programming software, equipment safety, and much more. Students also gain industry knowledge with skills such as machining, CNC robotics machining, robotic welding, and assembly line simulation. These classes show the proper handling of robotics equipment and give students practical knowledge on how robotics are utilized in a real-world setting. Nash's robotics program offers a wide array of career pathways, certificates, and third-party certifications, opening the door to new and exciting opportunities, growing in a multitude of different fields. Want to learn more? Contact us today.
You're now watching the Green Ground on Studio 67. Let's go, Warriors. Let's go, Big Red. You got this one.
All right, now it's time for the Grit and Grind Player of the Week. And I'm going to start this off by doing the Grit. And I'm going to start this off by doing the Grit Player of the Week. This week, you know what? I'm going to stay in Warren County. And I'm going to go with number 5, freshman Cameron Giddens for Warren County. He was the player that was able to get their interception that was batted down by Amari Gamble, and Giddens was able to run in for the touchdown. And this right here, Shawn, is what led Warren County to be able to win this game. They set the tempo, and that play early in the first quarter was able to set that tempo. And so Cameron Giddens is this week's Grit Player of the Week. So, Shawn, who's that Grind Player of the Week?
Well, the grind play, as we always say, there, is about moving those chains and keeping first downs. I already said Tavares Parker, the junior running back for Rocky Mount, was a strong candidate. And he could have won this week. This was his week to win because he had a remarkable campaign on the offensive side of the field. But then I went and looked at a team. And when I looked at this team, Daryl, I'm talking about a team that last year went 2-8, 1-6. 2022, 3-7, 2-5. 2021, the COVID year, 1-5. Have not made the playoffs in a long time. But this team in their first game was a 34-point underdog to a 5-6 Sanderson. 34-point underdog, and they won the game 35-3. So you covered the spread, and you did not let them score to get where they were supposed to be. Then last year they played Broughton in Broughton High. 21-7 win. A lot of people said that was a remarkable win for this program. But this year they played Broughton right there in their house. And they said, we're not going to leave no doubt. Leave no doubt. 39-0, and they pitched a shutout. The next games is conference play. They got an undefeated South Johnson. This is the last non-conference game. Then they got Cleveland and a 1-1 Willow Springs. Both of those two teams, South Johnson and Cleveland, are 2-0. But the grind player of the week is the entire team. It is the Corinth Holders Pirates. You talk about a school that's turning a program around. They're turning around because when you're a 34-point underdog and you win 35-3, that's remarkable. That's saying that you're changing the culture. You're changing the play calling. Kids now are starting to buy into what we're doing. They're getting invested with doing their homework, coming to practice, making sure they do those small things so when we get to game night, we're ready to be on the field and play. So shout out to the Cornhole Pirates for being the grind player of the week. We're getting ready to jump into a commercial break. We'll be back for the Grit and Grind Marquee Game of the Week and the Primetime Game of the Week. You're watching the Grit and Grind on Studio 67. Stay tuned.
The Information Technology Cybersecurity concentration at Nash Community College teaches students computer networks, information policy, and how to protect cloud and storage data. Cybersecurity students learn how to build and maintain firewalls and utilize data encryption programs. Students will also have the opportunity to gain real-world experience within their community with work-based learning opportunities. Information technology is a growing field, and once completed, students will have the knowledge and skills to start careers in the field working as cybersecurity analysts, information security analysts, and network system administrators. The cybersecurity concentration can be taken at 100% online for a degree or certificate. For more information about the cybersecurity program, visit nashcc.edu or call 252-443-4011.
Welcome back to the Grit and Grind right here, Daryl.
Yeah.
So many marquee games. We got to go ahead and get into them for the Grit and Grind Marquee Games of the Week. Our first one, Daryl, the Battle Highway 58. This is one I played in.
Okay.
Beddingfield, Greene Central, a big rivalry down there. Yeah. Everybody in this community, the eastern side, northern side of Wilson, the Saratoga, Stantonburg, all of them feed into Beddingfield, Darden, and Spate. Right. Greene Central. If you live in Greene County, you go to Greene Central. It don't matter if you live in Snow Hill, Walstonburg, what's a little town? Appleberry down there with the apartment there. All those little small communities feed into Greene Central. And a lot of these people that play in this game, it's like Bunn and Louisburg. Right. It's rivalry, it's family. Yeah. You know, you live in this area, we see them at the family reunion, we see them when we go to visit each other, visit our relatives. So this game to both of these schools mean a lot because it's bragging rights. Yeah. You want to be that person in the family to say, guess what? I won the game this year, the Battle of 58. I got the road team. All right. So I'm going to tell you about that bus trip that my Beddingfield Bruins got to take to Greene Central.
All right. Tell me about what's on the lunch menu for the bus trip.
Oh, we're at Beddingfield, so you know we're going to get good on this trip. I hate these meals. I know this. Now, some of these meals we talk about, I don't know, but I can tell you what that cafeteria at Beddingfield High School give you that bag. You're going to get a nice peanut butter and jelly sandwich. You're going to get you a red delicious apple. You're going to get you one of those Miss Horn world famous cookies. Miss Horn made the best cookies, man. Shout out to Miss Horn. Made the best cookies. And you're going to get you a milk and a bottle of water. All right. And a banana on the side. On the side. And you ready to go play football? After you eat that, you ready to go play some football. Play football. All right, let's go. We coming in 0-2. Greene Central is 2-0. Beddingfield, last year was able to win this game. They lost it 22, 44-6. Last year they won it 14-6. Beddingfield coming off 2 losses to their rivals. Being that Beddingfield's down to 3A school, no one dropped down to 2A, they played their rivals, Fike and Hunt, at the beginning of the season for non-conference for the Wilson County Championship. Fike, 21-20. Good game down there.
Yeah, that
Coach
was a good
Lewis got his first win. That was a very good game.
Big time game for them.
Hunt, 27-7. We knew coming off that Northern loss that Hunt was going to get refocused.
Yep.
Coach Warren has expected so much out of the Warriors this year, and we've been talking about it on the preseason show. Hunt is one of those teams that if things stay right, everybody stay healthy, they're going to make a deep run.
Yeah, definitely.
So if you're Beddingfield, you're coming off of this game, and you got to go back and look at what did we do last year to make this run to the second round of the playoffs. When I look at what they did last year, it started with Game 3, Greene Central. Had a close game against Fight, had a letdown against Hunt, came back and won a close game 14-6 to Greene Central. By doing this, if you're Beddingfield, it sets you up now in that 2A. Because now you're getting ready to run the table.
Yeah.
It's all 2A football now.
It's 2A football for them. And
It's all 2A.
Yeah.
And it starts with Jontavius Johnson, 12 tackles. Jaden Anderson, 12 tackles. Jai Spate, 8 tackles. Sam Fitch, the sophomore quarterback, thrown for 191 yards in just 2 games. So they're throwing the ball. Then you got the ground players out there that's doing their stuff. You got Jamar Howard receiving the ball, 66 yards. Jontavius Johnson, 56 yards. Darren Jones, 30. Zykees Atkinson, 39. So if you're Beddingfield, you got the keys to formula. And if you're Beddingfield, my words of advice that I'm going to tell them is Coach B and Coach Barker and the coaching staff have got y'all in the proper place to win games. Go back, and I'm going to use your sentence. Look at that fight tape. You played a good fight team that's going to probably have a good run in the playoffs. Look at what you did in that game and mimic that game against Greene Central. Now, that Hunt tape, you go back, you watch that tape, you learn from your mistakes, and what you do with that tape there?
You burn that.
You burn that. Get rid of that tape.
You get rid of that. You don't look at that again.
Beddingfield is in a good position now where they can run the table like they did last year and get to the playoffs, but it starts this Greene Central team. Now, this Greene Central team is a good team.
Well, that's
they
what I'm
2-0.
They're 2-0.
And they hosted.
Right, and they're hosted. At Greene Central, Rams is 2-0. First game of the season, they beat North Liner 25-0. Then they played a Kinston team last week, beat them 22-18. And in 9 years, they've only beat Kinston twice.
That's a big rivalry between those schools.
That was a big-time win for Greene Central. And some of the key players for Greene Central was DeJuan Cobb. He had 121 yards rushing against Kinston in that game. Your defense, their defense was just all over the field against Kinston. They had 7 quarterback sacks in this game.
That means you covered the field.
You covered the field, and 2 players on this team had 5 sacks to combine. Tyler Williams and Donovan Hall, both defensive ends, was able to just wreak havoc on the outside coming in on the quarterback.
You get past that O-line.
Yeah, definitely get past the O-line. And then number 8, Strong, he had a total of 9 tackles in that game. And just like you said, last year they lost to Beddingfield, 14-6.
Right.
So Greene Central is playing at home. They know that they are capable of beating this Beddingfield team.
They do.
And they're going to be ready. And they're sitting at 2-0 right now. And it's going to be a good game. I have a pick on this game. But we got to wait.
We got to save it.
We got to save it.
For what, Daryl?
5-minute quick pick.
Now, Daryl, our next game will be right there in Franklin County, a backyard you know a lot about. The 0-2 Franklinton Rams hosting the 1-1 Louisburg Warriors. Daryl, like I said, this is in your backyard. You know a lot about this. Give me some history on this rivalry.
This is a big-time rivalry. It's a big-time rivalry in Louisburg and playing Franklinton. The thing about this game is that Louisburg hasn't won this game since 2009. It goes all the way back to when Louisburg had players like Irvin Hunt, my son, Jamal Lucas. They called them dudes back then. And it's been a long time since Louisburg's won this game. So they're due. And I think, hey, everything lines right. Louisburg got a chance in this game.
Well, since you talk about it, tell me about the Warriors. Louisburg, the road team. You the road team.
Louisburg is coming into this game 1-1. They beat Southeast Halifax last week, 21-14. Key players for them is Jalen Austin, Travis Brown, Darray Allen, McKnight, the quarterback, he had 103 yards rushing last week. You got Person also as running back. And then you got Cadden G. He had over 10 tackles in this game against Southeast Halifax.
Covered the field.
So he's covering the field. So Louisburg is a young team, but they are an experienced team as far as when it comes to coaching. With Coach Lassiter down there, he's been in the program for a long period of time. He knows his players. He knows this community. He gets these guys fired up, ready to play.
Two seasons have deep playoff runs.
Deep playoff runs. And right now is the perfect time because Franklinton coming into this game, what, 0-2?
0-2.
So
looking to win.
Yeah. So you could always get that steal, and there's an opportunity there for Louisburg. So tell me about Franklinton, though.
Red Rounds, Franklinton Nation, stand up. Franklinton Nation, stand up, Red Rounds. This Franklinton team, and we've been down this road before. We talked about it 2 weeks ago, but I'm going to remind people, they lost to a good Apex team, 14-12.
Right.
Shut them out the second half. Defense shut them out and showed up. But then they went down to South Central. A game that I picked them to win.
Yeah.
I thought this could be a bounce back game. They lost 25-3. That's a tough loss.
That's tough. That's real tough.
First road game, a long bus ride from Franklinton down to Winterville.
Yeah.
Very long bus ride. And when you get there, you're playing a 4A school. So, things may not go your way that night. You look at the numbering, they may got more players on the sideline than you. Anything can happen.
Yeah.
You can have penalties, fumbles, anything. But if you're Franklinton, once again, I go back. They shut out a good Apex team in the second half. Now, did they win? No, but you shut out a team that put up some points last week.
Right.
They put up some points last week.
So,
we
could put a check.
That's a check.
That's a check.
That's check in the checkmark box. And this Franklinton team is led by Chan Thomas, the second, 51 yards receiving. Omar Taylor, 15 tackles. They got he don't have a first name, so I'm gonna call him Mr. Durham.
Okay.
Mr. Durham, 28 yards rushing. Kenny Simmons, 20 yards rushing. Elijah Elson, 33 sacks. This team is a young team.
Yeah.
We said that. But it's a young team that can make some noise and go in the right places. But it starts with this game right here.
Yeah, definitely. This is a winnable game for
It's a winnable game for them.
Franklinton and Coach Justice as well as far as getting his first win of
Right.
the season. So
Because if you're Franklinton coming up, you got some tough games.
Yeah.
Then you got to jump out of conference play, non-conference play, go into conference play where you got a Nash Central, a Roanoke Rapids, a Bunn team,
Yeah.
Southern Nash, Northern Nash, Rocky Mount. 6 hard games coming up in conference play.
yeah, so you want to, if you're Franklinton, you want to get this win.
This is one you
This
need
is
to.
the one
This is
that
like one you got to
you
highlight
gotta
right
have.
now. The time is now.
Yeah, the time is now, definitely.
I got to pick on the down.
All right.
But I'm going to save it.
Okay.
For the 5-minute quick pick. We get ready to jump into a quick commercial break, and then we'll be back for the grit and grind. Prime time.
Game of the week.
Right here on Studio 67.
Nash Community College offers an Associates in Arts degree as a cost-effective option for students looking to transfer to a 4-year college or university. This program requires a minimum of 60 credit hours, and students must maintain an overall GPA of a 2.0 while maintaining a C or better in each course to achieve junior status upon transfer. The curriculum includes general education courses in mathematics, science, English, and communications, ensuring a solid foundation for future academic or employment pursuits. Students benefit from one-on-one time with instructors, as well as a wide variety of wraparound services like subject-specific in-person and online tutoring and the Student Wellness Center. For more information about the Associates in Arts degree or the college transfer process, go to nashcc.edu or call 252-451-8367.
You're now watching The Greene Grind at Studio 67. Eagle Ride!
Like I was saying, that Bunn Franklinton game is going to be
Franklinton's got to win.
Yeah,
This is a
definitely got to
must-win.
win.
But, Louisburg looking like, hey, we need this too.
Yeah.
So you got 2 teams
Yeah.
that need it.
Yeah, so-
But at the end on Friday, that's why we turn the lights on
That's
Friday
why they
night.
turn 'em on.
Because guess what? When
Never
that
know.
scoreboard say 0-0 at the end,
That's all that
it's
matters.
only can be one winner.
one win. All
Daryl,
right, so
now it's
Sean,
time for the prime time grit and grind game of the week. Bunn versus North Raleigh Christian
Yep.
Academy. And before we talk about this game, this school right here,
Yes,
they have been waiting for this.
they've been waiting.
Patiently waiting.
Yes.
3 seasons that they have wanted Grit and Grind
Yeah.
to make them a Friday night game night.
And
And
we're
it has
coming
happened.
this Friday.
We are coming. We want to thank the administrative staff, the school staff, the community of Bunn, the town of Bunn, for allowing Grit and Grind to partner with y'all this Friday night to make this the game night. But they are ready. They are
Yeah.
excited. I talked
Yeah.
with Coach Andre. Some of the students over there, I've been seeing stuff on Twitter, on Instagram. Grit and Grind's come here. So this is definitely going to be a big night in the town of Bunn
Yeah.
when we come for that game. But they got a tough challenge there because they got a 1-1 Bunn hosting a 1-1 North Raleigh Christian Academy. I got the road team.
Yeah, you back on that bus.
I'm coming out of Raleigh.
Yeah.
So I'm North Raleigh Christian Academy. I'm not riding on the activity bus.
Yeah, uh-oh. What you riding on?
We got Trailway bus.
Oh,
we come
okay.
on Trailway
Oh,
bus.
excuse me.
Yeah, we
I'm
got
sorry.
Trailway bus.
Yeah,
We got
okay.
Trailway bus right here. If you look at this North Raleigh Christian Academy team, they lost to Matrona Christian Academy 27-7. That school's up there in Indian Trail, so I had to go up to Charlotte to play that game.
Okay.
Then they had a home game against Wake Prep Academy, won 42-21. Good bounce back, 27-7. Then your next week you put up 42 points. You know what that tells me? That tells me those kids came back that game, and guess what they did? They got focused. They did their job. They listened to their coaches. They worked the kinks out on offense. They worked the kinks out on defense. They had a great week of practice leading up to that game.
Right.
But then last week, High Point Christian Academy, 45-20 loss.
Yeah, that's a tough loss.
That's a
right
tough
there.
loss.
That's a tough loss.
But this team has a lot of juniors on it. So we always say that it's good to have juniors, but sometimes you still need that senior leadership, that senior presence to make sure that the juniors, the sophomores, and the freshmen on the team are, in line and doing what they're supposed to do. It's always good to have that senior voice telling the student or telling one of the kids, hey, you missed your assignment, this is what you need to do. But if you look at this team, they got Marcus Monroe, 64 on the season receiving. Cooper, not going to dare try to say his last name, Cooper H., 46. David McCoy, 96 yards rushing. David leading the team with touchdowns with 4. Cooper H. got 3 receiving touchdowns. Grayson Jones. So this team knows how to find. They can find the end zone. They can find the end zone. Then when you go on defense, they got David, 8 tackles. Josh Brinkley, 7 tackles. Ethan Curry, 7 tackles. Charles Frazier, 3 sacks. Cooper H. once again. If he's not catching the ball on offense, guess what he's doing on defense?
What he doing?
He catching the ball. He got an interception. So this team knows what to do. And they're led by quarterback Joshua Breen. 5 touchdowns he's already thrown. 61, 91, 68 tackles in the, and I looked at what the average of this team for tackles in the game.
Okay.
First game, they averaged 61 tackles. Second game they won, 91 tackles. The third game they lost, 68 tackles. So this team knows how to wrap up and make a tackle. That's basic one-on-one football. That's just basic football.
They know how to tackle.
Bunn does not need to sleep on this team.
No, definitely don't need to sleep on this.
They're coming to Wildcat Stadium. They're coming off a loss. This is a game that had to be filled because Bunn lost an opponent. This team lost an opponent. So they said, hey, both of us look at the game to play. Let's play. Bunn does not have that much footage on them. They don't have that much footage on Bunn. So this is going to be a equal game where you can't go back and watch last year's tape and say, hey, this is what they run on offense. This is the type of defense. They run a 34-43 defense. They run a wishbone offense. They run an I-formation spread. You don't have that. All you got is the little footnotes you can find. And when I watch this team, they can throw the ball and run the ball. This is going to be a good game. This is a team coming into Bunn to play football, but they coming to Wildcat Stadium.
They coming to Wildcat Stadium, and Bunn is coming to this game 1-1. Last week they beat Northampton 33-28. And that was a big time win for them.
That's a big win for that program.
I was going to say that was a big time win for Bunn. And some of their key players that I saw on film was their quarterback, Lonnie Reed. I like the kid. He was able to get the ball down the field. He's finding his man on time, in stride, as far as throwing the passes. Then you got running back Nick Wilson. You got Jaden Hicks, and you got Tyler Perry. Not that Tyler Perry. This Tyler Perry.
He played football.
He played football.
He don't make moves.
He don't make moves.
He don't make plays.
So if you're Bunn, it's everything that you just said that they have to do because they're playing a good North Raleigh Christian Academy team. that can move the ball and get the ball in the end zone. So they got to play some good, sound defense, and they just got to be focused and get back to that Bunn football from back in the day. Get that attitude. Now, Coach Andre played at Bunn.
He did.
He knows what I'm talking about.
That Bunn attitude.
That Bunn attitude when you had players like a Tyreek Cohen's and Xavier Clifton and Thomas Jones, guys that just straight up ball.
Because when you played Bunn back in the days,
you
knew two things about Bunn.
Right.
We're going to run it down your throat.
Yep.
And we're going to tell you, stop us if you can.
Stop you.
And when you run the ball, we're going to lock this defense up and we're going to keep you out the end zone.
They're going to keep you out the end zone.
And when you left Wildcat Stadium, me and you both played against Bunn for different teams.
Yeah.
When you left Wildcat Stadium, you knew you had been in a dogfight that night.
And I think that's what Coach Andre is getting those guys, Andrew is getting those guys to see now, is that attitude that they had back in the day.
That winning culture
is coming back. So this is going to be a very good game. Got to pick, but we got to wait for the 5-minute quick pick.
Well, speaking of the 5-minute quick pick, Daryl, it is that time for the part that everybody loves, the 5-minute quick pick right here on the Grit and Grind.
Well, let me adjust my seat.
Because
it gets real.
But before we get to the quick pick, let's go back and visit last week.
Okay.
Let's see how we did.
All right. Uh-oh. 21-7.
18-10.
Woo. Somebody's struggling.
I cover the spread.
Somebody's struggling. 21-7.
I cover the spread. Trust me.
All right.
I got 3 teams out there. You know who you are. I talked to y'all this week, made a special call to your coach, and I told them, cover the spread to get me back in the lead on the quick picks.
All right.
They're going to handle it. So with that being said, let's jump right into it, Daryl. 0-2 Rocky Mount versus 1-0 Holmes. Holmes had a good win last week. Rocky Mount hit Vance County with everything they had. Hit him with the best shot.
I'm sticking with Rocky Mount. I've been with Rocky Mount for the last 3 weeks. I'm sticking with Rocky Mount. I say they're going to beat Holmes.
I'm taking Rocky Mount. This is the game. Now we're starting to see that coach battle Rocky Mount. Starting to see that grit and grind on the field, running the ball down your throat, locking you down on defense. I'm taking Rocky Mount on this. Now we got 2-0 Northern Nash versus 0-2 J.H. Rose.
Oh, Northern Nash. I got to admit, what, two seasons ago, J.H. Rose gave Northern Nash all they can handle.
Hit them with everything they had, but what I say 2 seasons ago, Northern Nash rolled down to Pitt County, and you know what they did when you see that sign say, now leaving Pitt County, entering Greene County, they dropped the flag right there with the end on it that says, welcome to Nash County.
Welcome to Nash County.
And guess what they're going to do this year? Do the same thing again. Roll in there, get a win, and drop that flag at the side and say, welcome to Nash County. And I extended welcome parts. I got Northern Nash. We got a 2-0 Southern Nash versus a 1-1 Wilson fight. Good game.
Good game. I like the way Southern Nash came back from last week against South Granville. Defense stepped up.
I was told to tell you something. Send you a message from some kids at Southern Nash.
Okay.
They said they answered the bell.
They answered the bell.
I said, y'all did. You did exactly what you're supposed to do against South Granville.
That's what you're supposed to do.
And no knock on South Granville, but if you're Southern Nash, we say you had to cut back on the fumbles and the penalties. That's what they were able to do this game.
And that's what you want to see. So I'm going Southern Nash in this game.
Got to stick with Southern, Daryl. 0-2 Goldsboro versus 1-1 Nash Central. 1-1 Nash Central coming off a heartbreak loss in non-conference play against Southwest Edgecombe last week. A team they could see again. They got 0-2 Goldsboro.
Nash Central, I think Nash Central's going to take care of business. They're going to do what they got to do. They're going to get refocused, and they're going to put that Southwest Edgecombe game behind them. And I'm going Nash Central on this.
When I look at this game, Daryl, you know what I say? It reminds me of last season.
Right.
Southern Nash, Southern Alamance. Lost a close game, Southern Nash.
Yeah.
After that, Southern Nash was able to just get focused and turn the season around.
And they just ran right on through and became that
Grit Grind Nash County champs.
Yeah.
If you're Nash Central, to me, that's that Southern Nash, Southern Alamance game.
Right.
You had a game that was pretty much picked to win. Just you had a rough night. This is the bounce back game, and the Bulldogs are going to let everybody know that the Bulldogs and Nash Central is back. Give me Nash Central. 2-0 Southwest Edgecombe versus 1-1 Eastern Wayne. The Warriors of Eastern Wayne versus my favorite Cougars. Cougar Town, USA, let me back in. You know, when I didn't pick them last week, I got a phone call that Friday morning from some Southwest Edgecombe alumni who said, first of all, they're going to take away my honorary high school diploma from the school. Then they said, when I get down to Macclesville Pine Tops, they're going to put a block on the road so I can't get in to Cougar Town no more.
You can't get into Cougar Town, USA.
But guess what I did?
What did you do?
I told them back. Give me my Southwest Edgecombe Cougars to win this game.
All right, I'm with you, Southwest Edgecombe. I think they had a great game against Nash Central.
They did. Measuring stick game.
Measuring stick game. I think their quarterback, Mayo Jr., is going to do good in this game. I'm going Southwest Edgecombe.
2-0 Tarboro hosting their rival, 0-2 North Edgecombe.
Oh, Tarboro.
We don't have to talk about it.
We
done said it. You see the sign when you're on 64?
Yeah.
8 state championships.
Yeah.
You get to the stadium, you see all the greats that's gone to the NFL that's walked down the halls of Tarboro High School. The intimidation factor all the way. Give it Tarboro. 1-1 Hunt versus 1-1 D.H. Conley Vikings. Warriors and Vikings. We got a lot of Viking schools around here.
I'm sticking with Hunt.
I think that Beddingfield win showed me the Hunt Warriors of what I've been wanting to see.
Yeah.
To getting back to old school Hunt. We're starting to see that every game. I'm taking the Hunt Warriors on this one. 1-0 WPA Wilson Prep Academy versus 0-2 Northampton. Big game right here for Wilson Prep.
Yeah.
Northampton one of those teams that this time of the season, they always come in undefeated to this game.
Undefeated.
Now they're 0-2.
Yep.
Needing to win.
You
going to the Tiger Den, the Tigers.
I'm going to stick with WPA on this one.
I think that WPA gets a win on this one, Darryl. I'm sticking with WPA.
I'm sticking with WPA. Put a check beside that one.
The Battle of I-85 champs, the 1-1 Warren County Eagles versus the 0-2. Your favorite school.
Yeah, Kip Pride.
That's your school.
Kip Pride.
If you never been watching the Grit and Grind, everybody know Kip Pride. The pride of Kip Pride has been Darryl's
I just love that name.
Since day one. Are you going to take the Battle 85 champs? Or are you going to stick with your school?
I'm going to say this. I'm hoping Warren County doesn't have a letdown because they were so emotionally high on
for
that
this
win
game
last week.
Right.
But I think Coach Hunt's going to have those guys ready to play. It may take them some time and get adjusted in that first quarter, get things going. But I think Warren County will come out with a win. So I'm going Warren County on this.
I'm taking Warren County. I think they ride that emotional high to this game, and it carries over. And right now, those kids are playing with confidence.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And when you got confidence on your side, you a hard team to beat.
Yeah, definitely.
Give me Warren County Eagles. Our next game down, the 2-0 Vance County Vipers versus the 1-0 Orange Panthers. I know I'll get it right soon later. Because you know, those about they the Orange High School, but they the Orange Panthers. So give me two. You got 2-0 Vance County, 1-1 Orange Panthers, Vipers. Panthers, so I don't know. Who we got? We lie. Who you got?
Let me see what. Vance County.
I'm sticking with Vance County on this all the way. Now, the 0-2 Bird T Falcons versus the 1-1 Hereford County Bears. Big rivalry between both these schools.
Big time
county line divides both counties.
Bird T's 0-2.
0-2.
I've been picking Bird T.
Winston, North Carolina. They
Bird
love
T,
you, Bird
0-2.
T now. I got some friends who got the Bird T out. They say, man, they love you.
That's big time. That's big time. I'm gonna stick with Bird T. Let me make sure. Yep, I'm sticking with Bird T.
I gotta go Hereford County.
You going Hereford County?
I think the Bears get this because they let down against Tarboro. They bounce back on this one.
Yep.
Our next game down, 0-2 JL Webb hosting the 2-0 Timberwolves of Montgomery Central.
This is a big time game for JF Webb because they 0-2.
This is big.
And they need to get back on track. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna have to keep my pick. I'm going Montgomery. I'm just gonna say it.
Montgomery Central.
Yeah.
Final answer.
Final answer. I think I'm gonna go with Central. Yeah, I'm going with them.
Down before I
know
made
they
this
hate me
pick.
down at JF Webb.
I gotta talk to somebody.
That's Coach Shawn.
It ain't Grit and Grind Shawn no more.
This
Coach
is
Shawn is back. Hey, I got my pencil. I got the playbook down
What you
here.
got, Coach
I'm
Shawn?
back. JF Webb. This is not Grit and Grind Shawn. This is Coach Shawn saying a message to you. you know all you need to know about football. Coach Greene, the coaching staff have taught y'all that. So there's no reason to go down that road from Coach Shawn. But if you're JF Well, you are a good team. A team that can do something. But what I want to see this Friday night, because you're at home. This is your first home game on your field. What I want to see on Friday night when I go back and watch this game, because I will go back and watch this game. I want to see the Warriors show me some blood, sweat, and tears out there on that field on Friday night. I want when Montgomery Central running back runs through that D line, you hit him so hard it felt like he kissed the Oxford Trailway bus down there for the city of Oxford. He got hit by the Oxford Trailway bus. That's what I want to see with JF Well. I want to see that defense wrapping up, making tackles, and every time that running back gets hit, he think about, I don't want to run that ball no more because this team is coming to play football tonight. That's what I want to see, JF Well. I know you can do it because we saw it last year.
Definitely saw it
You're
last year.
0-2. You are an underdog in this match. But one thing about the underdog is he always finds a way to win.
That's right.
Coach Shawn is picking the Warriors of JF Well for this match.
All right, Coach Shawn made a presence on the grit and grind. We're happy to see him. He may come again later on.
He may come back. Daryl, we got the 1-1 South Granville Vikings host the 0-2 Knightdale Knights. 4A versus 2A.
We got some
good
people
football,
from,
right?
You know, family from Knightdale in the area.
Got some people out there, South Granville?
I'm going South, what did I say? South Granville. Yeah, I'm going South Granville on this. That's my pick on that.
I want to say Knightdale bounced back, but I had a chance to watch some South Granville footage. I'm changing my pick live on there. I'm going South Granville.
All right, so we both South Granville.
Our next game, Daryl, 1-1 North Johnson Panthers versus the 1-1 Cowboys of Midway. Good two-way football. Two teams that can see each other again.
Yeah, definitely. I'm going Midway.
I'm going Midway. No reason to talk about the Cowboys to get this one. 1-0 Clayton Commons versus 0-2 Wakefield Wolverines. Easy one for me. I don't got to think hard.
Yeah, let's go with the Commons.
I got to go to Commons Clayton.
Yep.
1-1 Rosewood Eagles versus the 1-1 Southern Wayne Saints. Rivalry game over in Wayne County.
Yeah, big time rivalry game.
About 20 minutes separate both schools.
I'm going Rosewood.
I'm going Eagles and Rosewood on this one. They get a win. 2-0 Roanoke Rapids Yellow Jackets. Quiet.
We said last
quiet
week
2-0.
if Roanoke Rapids gets to be 2-0.
It's a quiet 2-0.
But that one of them quiets, they gonna sneak up on you.
They sneak up on you.
And that's what they get ready to do. I'm going Roanoke Rapids in this game.
They got 0-1 Pine Lake Prep. I gotta take Roanoke Rapids. They get 3-0.
Yeah.
The Yellow Jackets playing some good football.
Playing some good
a lot of
football
people
right now.
not keeping their eyes on them, but like you said, a sneaky team that can sneak into the playoffs and have host a couple home games. That's when you know you're playing for state championship.
That's it.
Our next game, Daryl, 1-1 Northwest Halifax, the Vikings versus 0-2 Southeast Halifax Trojans. Rivalry game between both schools.
Yeah, I'm going Southeast Halifax. Yeah.
The Trojans.
I'm going to Trojans.
You took the Vikings last week, so you're going to Trojans this week.
I'm going with Trojans. Let me make sure my notes. Yep. Southeast, Southwest. Yep. Southeast Halifax.
Not so fast, my friend. I'm taking the Northwest Halifax Vikings for the upset.
Okay. All right.
Our next game there, 0-1 Rocky Mount Prep Jaguars versus the 0-1 Weldon Chargers.
Somebody got to win.
There will be a winner after this game. Somebody will have a one in the win column.
I'm going Rocky Mount Prep.
I'm going Weldon Chargers on this one. I'm going Weldon Chargers. Next, there are 2-0 Cleveland Rams versus 2-0 West Johnson Wildcats. 4A versus 3A. Big rivalry in Johnson County. I think about 45 minutes separate these schools. Cleveland on this side of Wake County, West Johnson on the Benson Fork side of Johnson County. Johnson County, big, Joco County.
Yeah, Johnson County.
That's a big county.
I'm going Cleveland. Cleveland just got a good program.
I can't go against those Cleveland Rams. Give me the Cleveland Rams. Next game, 2-0 South Johnson, another undefeated team. So we got 4 teams in Johnson County is undefeated. South Johnson, 5 teams in Johnson County versus the 2-0 Quorum Holder Pirates, who were the grind players of the week, the entire team.
Yeah, the whole team. I'm going Colton Holden on this.
I got to go Quorum Holders on this one, right?
Yeah.
Pirates, give me another win. Show why you the grind players of the week.
That's it.
Now it's time for the big 3 right here, starting with the Battle Highway 58. No need to keep making the people wait. I played in this game. I know what it's all about. It's going to be a jacked up football stadium Friday night. So many people ready for it. Greene Central Snow Hill. I'm gonna tell you about Ram Stadium.
Yeah.
They come out in big numbers for this game.
Yeah.
So if you're getting there, get there early, Beddingfield, you're hitting the road. Greene Central 2-0. Beddingfield 0-2. Needing to win.
Needing to win. I'm going Greene Central. I think Greene Central, last year they lost this game 14-6. They're playing at home this year. I think Greene, and they 2-0.
2-0.
Starting off 2-0. I think Greene Central got the momentum. I'm going Greene Central for the upset. Well, I ain't gonna say
It won't be upset.
I ain't gonna say upset.
Because on paper, they are favored to win.
Right. So I'm gonna say Greene Central is gonna win this game.
Get ready, cameraman. I'm getting ready to break the fourth wall.
Uh-oh. What you got?
Beddingfield Bruins bounce back. This is the bounce back game for them. They win this game and become 1-2 and beat their rival Greene Central right here on Friday night. Beddingfield with the win.
All right. Got that one?
I'm gonna let you put that back
you gonna
on
let me
the
put
set.
it
Yes, sir.
back? All righty.
Our next game, Daryl, will be the 0-2 Franklinton Rams hosting the 1-1 Louisburg Warriors, who we picked them to be the Franklin County Grit and Grind champs. So the campaign starts now for Louisburg.
Yeah, the campaign starts for Louisburg. It's going to be a tough game for Louisburg.
It
They
is.
haven't beaten this team since 2009.
Tough
and I
game.
named some of the players. Irvin Hunt was one of your running backs back then. My son played in this game. He was
Right.
your tight end. Jamal Lucas, forgot my son's name.
Oh, no, the Grit
Jamal
and Grind.
Lucas. But it's going to be a tough challenge for Louisburg. They just got to play perfect football to win this game. I think they can do it, but it's going to be tough. I'm going to have to go with Franklinton, though. I think Franklinton is looking for that first win, and it's going to come against Louisburg.
I want to pick Louisburg in this game, and I want to take them, but I got to agree with you, Daryl. I go back to that Apex game.
Yeah.
Franklinton shots everybody to get their first win over Louisburg and starts their campaign for the Franklin County Grit and Grind Championship. Give me the Franklinton Red Rams. Red Rams, stand up. Now, for the Grit and Grind,
Prime time.
game of the week, right here, the 1-1 Wildcats of Bunn hosting North Raleigh Christian Academy, who's coming in 1-2 in this game.
This game's going to be a
I
game.
got to close the book on this
Yeah,
one.
this is going to be a good game because you don't know, like you were saying earlier, you don't have much footage on either team.
Both teams
Yeah.
coming in playing blind.
Playing blind.
Only thing you can do is maybe go back and look a week or 2 weeks back to see
Yeah.
what this team ran, or hope that what they ran last season, you can get some footage
Right.
on that.
And if Bunn coaching staff can come up with some plays that maybe they haven't ran most of the season so far, get the defense ready to play, and just everybody be focused in. That's the key word that I'm going to say for this game if you're Bunn, is just be focused. Everybody know your position, do your job, listen to your coaches, and give yourself an opportunity because this North Raleigh Christian Academy team,
They come
obviously
play
can
spoiler.
score.
They come play spoiler.
Yeah, they can score and get down the field. And you got to match that intensity and also just bring it. And like I said, go back to that Bunn pride that y'all had back in the day when you had players like Clifton and Tyreek Cohen and Thomas Jones, some of the guys I just named earlier, when y'all was finishing first and second in the conference. That's the Bunn team that you're trying to get back to be.
That's right.
And that's the program that he's building down there. So this is a good measuring stick game if you're Bunn. I don't know much about Raleigh Christian Academy, so I'm sticking with this team right here.
Uh-oh.
I'm sticking with Bunn.
You stick
I'm
with what
going
you know.
Bunn.
That's what you know.
Stick with what I know. And what I know is Bunn Wildcats. I'm going Bunn Wildcats on this game.
Like we said, Daryl, both teams coming in blind.
Right.
This is going to be good football at its finest. It's going to pretty much be the X's and O's, who can score and who can contain and stop.
All right.
You said it best. Bunn has got to get back to old school Bunn football.
Right.
And I tell you what it was. Run the ball down your throat, hard-nosed hitting on defense, and when you left out of Wildcat Stadium, you got back on that activity bus.
Yeah.
Whether you won or lost. If you won, you said, man, we've been in a dogfight. If you lost, you said, this is a team I don't want to play no
Right,
more.
that's it.
Because these guys just got a passion and hunger for football in this
Yeah.
town that I haven't seen before.
Mm-hmm.
That passion and hunger is coming back. I went out to the practice.
Yeah.
I seen it. Those kids got it.
Yeah.
And when you got it, you can't get rid of it.
That's it.
You can't turn it off and on like a light switch.
Right.
They got it. It's instilled in them. You see that Bunn pride back. So it's easy to pick me down.
Okay.
Give me the Wildcats of Bunn
All
for
right.
this win. We want to thank everybody for watching the Grit and Grind right here on Studio 67. Don't forget, Friday night we'll be at Bunn doing our pregame show and our postgame show. And Daryl, tell the folks how they can watch the pregame show,
You can go to
postgame show.
Instagram and follow us on Grit and Grind Podcast NC, and just subscribe, like. You can follow. We'll have videos up throughout the week. And like you said, Shawn, we'll do the live broadcast there for the pre-show and the post-show at Bunn.
And don't forget to hit that bell and notification for Studio 67 NCC on their YouTube. So every time the video drops, you can make sure you catch right on Studio 67. And as always, Daryl, do you have the grit?
And do you have the grind?
We'll see you next Thursday right here on Studio 67 NCC for the Grit and Grind Live Show.
Hey, we trying to focus right now.
Look, y'all ready? All right, it just turned red. Wait, all right, so when it turned red, that's all right, we watching the grind on Studio 60. We watching the green grind on Studio 67.